ഇന്ദ്രജിത്തിന്റെയും പൂർണിമയുടെയും മകളായ നക്ഷത്ര പറഞ്ഞു തരുന്നത് എങ്ങനെ 3 ലെയർ വാനില കേക്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കാമെന്നാണ്. അഭിനയിക്കാനും പാട്ടുപാടാനും മാത്രമല്ല കുക്ക് ചെയ്യാനും തനിക്ക് അറിയാമെന്ന് തെളിയിക്കുകയാണ് നക്ഷത്ര. ഒപ്പം ചേച്ചി പ്രാർത്ഥനയുമുണ്ട്.
So these are all the ingredients that you need to take to make the batter. The first one is you need to make 1.5 cups of butter. Next you need 2 1/4 cups of sugar. Then you need 4 egg whites. Then you also need 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder, and you also need 1.5 cups of milk. This is the most elaborate cake that I've actually ever made, so please excuse me if I do any mistakes.
Bunny is very excited for the cake.
But these are the equipments. These are the equipments that we're using to make the cake. You need, of course, mixing bowl, a mixing whisk, then you need some measurement spoons. You also have a measurement cup, a spatula, and a hand mixer. Hand mixer is actually really helpful. Paksha, you just have to whisk with this. Paksha, I recommend using the hand mixer. Then of course you'll need, because it's a 3-layer cake, you'll need 3 cake pans. This is a really important part. Before you start baking, you need to preheat your oven. So preheating is a process where it's heating, and after you make your cake, you can just pop it into the oven and it'll cook by itself. So I'm going to preheat it, and for about 180, and it's going to be there for 1 hour. 1 hour on the manda, but we'll just keep it there in case. Sorry guys, like നമ്മൾ ഫാൻ ഇടാതെ ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കി, ബിക്കോസ് ഫാൻ ഉള്ളപ്പോൾ സൗണ്ട് അത്രയും ഓഡിബിൾ ആയിരിക്കില്ല. പക്ഷേ വി കാൺട്ട്, ബിക്കോസ് യു ഗൈസ് നോ ഇറ്റ്സ് റിയലി ഹോട്ട് ഹിയർ. സോ വിൽ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ബേക്കിംഗ്. സോ ഫസ്റ്റ് യു ഹാവ് ടു ആഡ് ദ ബട്ടർ ഇൻ ടു യുവർ ബോൾ. നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി മെഷർ ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചാണ്, അപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഇങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. പക്ഷേ ഇഫ് യു ഗൈസ് വോണ്ട് ടു മെഷർ ഇറ്റ്സ് 1.5 cups, 336 grams. So we are just adding the butter. The butter should be room temperature too. So because illengi beat and bhayangara hard aayirukku. After we add in our butter, we need to sift it. Sift ennu parnja nangalku ariyalo, nammal kaappi chaya okke undakkuna aripiyilana vekkuna. Adu nallona arichu varananu cheyyana. Adu mari thana you have to sift it. So I am using a spoon to sift it, because എന്തെങ്കിലും പൊടി അരിയാത്ത പൊടികൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾക്ക് സിഫ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. സോ ഇറ്റ്സ് എ വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റെപ്പ്. സോ എൻ്റെ മറ്റേ സിഫ്റ്റർ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല, അപ്പം നമ്മൾ നാടൻ സിഫ്റ്ററാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, അരിപ്പ വെച്ച്. സോ വി ആർ ജസ്റ്റ് ആഡിങ് അവർ ഷുഗർ ഇൻ ടു ആ സിഫ്റ്റർ. കണ്ടോ, ഷേക്ക് ചെയ്താൽ മതി. ഈസിലി ഇറ്റ്സ് ഗോയിങ് ടു ഫോൾ ഡൗൺ ഇൻ ടു യുവർ ബോൾ and onto your table. You will have to beat it in low speed, because the sugar will get everywhere, as I told you. So beating it in low speed. I just first got to switch it on. I didn't even switch it. In low speed.
If I explode the cake.
So guys, it's really fluffy, and then കുറച്ചും കൂടെ fluffy ആണ്, like really light. So before that you have to take your spatula and just fold it from underneath, because it won't get all the parts from underneath. So just mix it, and then we have to just go back to our mixing. Oh, after it's light and fluffy, and after you folded it, you just have to add your 4 egg whites and your vanilla extract. You have to do this for 1 minute. Otherwise it will become like too liquidy, so you just have to do it for 1 minute. And you are going to add 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract. We are doing it for 1 minute. So guys, it's very good and fluffy, and now it's really good. And like I said, important part, to lick it off your electric mixer.
Try that. The vanilla is the...
So now you have to put your flour, baking powder and your baking soda. So let's do that. Now the problem is we mistakenly bought double acting baking powder. So double acting, I guess we'll do just half of it. And we are just putting that much. Then next we're going to add our baking soda. We're putting 1/4 teaspoon. This we're doing it to whisk because it will go everywhere. So we're just doing it with the whisk. Lightly just start mixing it up. First what we have to do is, after we do this mixture, we have to add 1/3 of this mixture into the bowl. So my sister will be doing that because she really wants to. Okay, that is good. So after it's well incorporated, we have to add half of our milk into that mixture. So we're just adding half of it. And gradually I have to keep on adding some more of the flour and beat it until it incorporated. Then add some more of the milk. Like that, gradually do the full thing until it's well incorporated.
How should I do?
So this is the secret ingredient. We have to add a pinch of salt into our vanilla batter because that's what makes it very savory, and also it equalizes the flavor of our batter. So guys, again, very crucial part, taste. It's not our stuff. We're good. Not stuff, I mean salt. We're good.
So this is the final consistency of the batter.
So guys, you guys will be thinking after that we have to grease the pans, put the batter and pop it into the oven. But it's always better if you use parchment paper. Parchment paper is very sheet that you put it before you bake. So the maximum it can go is 270 to 80 degrees Celsius. So you should not make it higher than that. Else you can take a pen or pencil and just keep it in the center and mark it out and just cut it. And 2 cake pans, I need to do 1 more. I am greasing my second pan. I have 1 more pan to grease and then we're done with the greasing. Anyways, we have to cut off the top area because we need to make it flat. So this is just to bring it out because you don't want to tear or crack your cake. Greasing is done. Now you have to equally add the batter into 3 pans. So problem with it, I only had 2 pans in 8" and 1 in 7. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put it equally in same, and then after it's brought out, we're just going to stack it on each top and just cut off the sides. So if it's still uneven, please don't mind, it's okay, because after you cook it you'll have to cut off the top for a flat top. So yeah, so you just have to pop it into the oven. So guys, it's been about 10 minutes after we kept it inside, halfway through. I wish you guys were here to smell it. It smells really good. Let me show you guys how it looks. We took the pans out and they look really good. So we're just going to test them with this little stick-like thing. It's very firm and I can feel that in my hands. Come on guys, look at this. You can see that the cake is firm. Guys, we are making buttercream now. So as you guys can see, it's a really good consistency. Now we're going to add our sugar. So ningal idu kanda vicharikum nammal itrayum sugar idan povana. We are just going to put 2 cups of sugar. That's definitely not enough for frosting because it's really sweet.
But we're health conscious.
Yeah, we're health conscious and we're gradually putting it, but we don't want to put too much because I don't want to get diabetes. So we'll just mix it first with the spatula, then we'll do it with the electric. Need to add a little extra.
Done?
Yeah, it's really fluffy. And you
Fluffy as much you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're dividing the buttercream into different bowls equally to add the food coloring. So I'm just taking the spoon and just taking just a little bit of buttercream out of every bowl. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add whichever buttercream I want to test it and see whether it's the perfect color. Just putting.
Just a drop. That should be done. Yeah.
So it up.
Yum.
Put this buttercream back into my.
Oh, so first you took a bit and then made it concentrated and now you're adding it back, alle?
Yeah, so that
So
it
this becomes lighter now.
So there's one more thing I forgot to tell you, but I recommend that you guys use paste food coloring better than paste food coloring instead of liquid food coloring, because paste always brings out better color and the color that you want more than liquid food coloring. And liquid food coloring doesn't bring the color that you want and turns your buttercream from what you wanted to a little bit more liquidy. So you don't want to use it. We can still happily stick to the pastel thing. We are just taking it out. My sister's helping me that.
I think you should keep it like this itself.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I got different cake pans, different size cake pans. So I'm just gonna level it with a knife. Be very careful. In between the layers, I'm putting normal buttercream. That's why I told you to save some. It's time to put on our last layer. So I spread all the icing out and I told you guys I'll show you guys in the end. So this is how it looks. I think it looks okay, but it definitely has imperfections because I need to learn more, but it definitely is really great for me to start.